So it took me many years to figure out, and because I was still always trying to manipulate to figure out what my partner wanted or how was the best way to get my needs met and not bother them or something. And my partner this time, my husband, when we got together, he said, I want a relationship that's totally honest. I was shocked. He said, I want us to tell each other everything. That's the kind of relationship I want. First of all, it's supposed to be women that want that. So I was like, wow, a man who wants that, that is really brave and awesome. And he'd been in a relationship before, obviously, where it hadn't been like that. So we made this agreement that we would not tell each other everything. Doesn't mean we might not have a personal secret about our health or something like this, but small things that don't matter. So we talk about everything, and I might say, I don't really understand that thing you said, and it's safe for me to say that, and then he'll tell me what he meant, and I'll say, I still don't get it, and he'll explain it to me. We have an agreement that we can do that. We
Hmm.
also have an agreement that if we are still stuck on something that the other person said a couple days ago, we can bring it up and say, I didn't understand why you made that comment a couple days ago. It felt like you were making fun of me, were you? And then we have an agreement where the other person will say, no, I didn't mean that. Let me explain what I was saying. So we've built in these communication agreements to be able to have total honesty and um, safety in being able to bring up stuff. Most relationships that I see that come in for therapy, they have many years of stuff they haven't talked about. They may still be upset about a conversation from 5 years ago, maybe 10 years ago. There's just all this stuff that's never been talked about. And so a lot of marriage therapy might be allowing space to crack those things open and say, let's have that conversation that we never talked through 5 years ago. The mother-in-law came to visit and there was misunderstanding about it. And it's still, everybody just was nice and kind of swept it under the carpet. And it still needs to be talked about. So if we can do that on a daily basis, talk about anything we don't understand with our partner, then it doesn't pile up. Someone told me once that relationships are like each person has a knapsack on their back, and every time there's something they don't talk about, have you heard this analogy before?
I'm listening. I like this.
Every time there's something you don't talk about, one more rock goes in the backpack. And then there's something else you don't talk through, and that's another rock goes in the backpack. And after a while, that backpack gets so heavy, and there's an argument, and the person takes the backpack and just throws it all out on the table. And it's like the other person's like, whoa, I didn't know that was happening, and this is too big for us to deal with. So the more in my book, Tantric Relating is about this, is about how you can, on a daily basis, I think very old fashioned advice is don't go to bed angry. And I think that that idea is very good of like talk it out before the end of the day. We can't always do that, but the more we can do that, more we keep our relationship clean and fresh. And also, the stuff we don't talk about shows up in the bedroom as I don't feel like it. I don't want to be close to you. I don't trust you. I don't want to make love. For guys, it can show up as I just want to get off and not relate to you because I'm angry at you. So this is good for your sex life also, to learn how to clear the communication as soon as you see that there might be an issue.
So I look at